Bitcoin today is trading right around the flat line, ever so slightly lower. Not really much has changed this week for Bitcoin. You had the early upside kind of on Monday, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But aside from that Monday move, it's really been sideways consolidation. Now, again, the only thing that concerns me for Bitcoin is that the stock market's kept going higher and Bitcoin's kind of stalled out. So what happens if the stock market falls? Will Bitcoin be able to withstand that? We don't know. But what we do know is the bearish bullish pivot line is there, and it still, again, favors the bearish side.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. In this video, let's talk about Bitcoin and more.
Ethereum, guys, is really pretty darn weak. Pretty darn weak. So if you look at Bitcoin, the bounce on Bitcoin compared to Ethereum, very weak. But there's a silver lining. I have a huge technical support just below this $2,000 level, and I do like it. So if we dump out and pierce 2,000, I will be a pretty heavy buyer of Ethereum. So again, while it's weak, sometimes weakness can generate opportunity if things fall. Just like in all fairness, I'm a huge long-term bull on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin falls sharply, I'll pick some up. Sounds good to me. All right, next up, let's take a look at oil real quick and see what oil's doing. Oil's continuing to bounce here. Again, you guys know my game plan on this. I've talked to you guys about it the last few days, right? So we shorted up here, right? Let me put that up there. Shorted up here, covered right down in this range, went a little lower, retraced. That's my short level right there. So basically 72 to 73. The macro data continues to weaken. As long as China doesn't have some sort of major rebound, oil should still remain to the downside, especially as the U.S. continues to weaken. Gold today, let's take a look at gold. Gold pushing above this little parallel channel. Nice little day on gold today so far. Very, very good move. 2660 is my next level, guys. And again, that's a logarithmic chart trend line. It connects the high from 1979 to 2011 to where it would hit. And that's right around 2660. So this is now less than $100 away from that next target. I honestly was in the mindset that I thought it would only be hit probably by year end at earliest. But here we are, less than $100 away. So you never know. Maybe we'll get there. Silver, let's look at silver here real quick. And silver continues to rocket higher here, now above 30. Potential breakout. This might mean we head back to 3250, this level. But don't forget, we do have a level right in here that has to be monitored. So this is right around 31. So that'll be first resistance, and second resistance right around 32 to 3250 on the chart of silver. All right, but really nice moves. I mean, great moves on silver, great moves on gold. You guys know Palladium's been one of my favorites. Palladium just continued to rocket yesterday higher. If we take a look at Palladium just go today. Wow. Palladium just having another rocket ship up, broke out, and just confirmed and continuing up here. Same thing, it's going to have some resistance right up around, I would say 1080, 1085, this little pivot right up here. But for the most part, any sort of pullbacks on Palladium to the scene of the crime, huge buying opportunity. I'm still long Palladium, but nonetheless, anyone that's not, I wouldn't be buying up here, to be honest. It's just that's chasing to me. That's a cardinal sin in investing. But any sort of pullback, which will eventually come, you just buy there, and then you look for that next leg up. You can keep your stop just below there. Easy enough trading opportunity on the charts. All right, so that's where we stand at this point. Let me just go over natural gas, as that is nearing a shortable level. It is knocking on the door of the underbelly. Where am I looking to short? Probably in the upper range right around here. So I'd like for it to go just into that zone. This is my short zone right here. I'm trying to be a stickler and get like the best entry on the short, which would be just in the high end of this versus just at the low end where it currently is. If I miss it, I don't really care that much. It's one of those things. There's always trades, especially when you trade crypto, commodities, and stocks. There's always another trade around the corner.
Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, addressed the long-running Bitcoin versus gold debate, urging investors to hold both assets. He continues advocating for Bitcoin, gold, and silver as the U.S. faces rising national debt and economic instability. In a tweet, Kiyosaki questioned why investors argue about Bitcoin versus gold, stating that both assets offer protection and should be part of a diversified portfolio. Since 2020, Kiyosaki has promoted Bitcoin, gold, and silver as safe haven assets during times of economic instability, particularly as the U.S. prints more money. Kiyosaki points to alarming levels of U.S. debt, growing at $1 trillion every 100 days, and warns that rising interest payments will further strain the economy. Amid bond market troubles, Kiyosaki urges investors to shift away from fiat currency and focus on accumulating Bitcoin, gold, and silver as safer, tangible assets. Kiyosaki firmly believes that holding both Bitcoin and gold is essential for investors navigating today's economic challenges. Bitcoin ETF saw a massive $263 million inflow, the largest since late July, boosting Bitcoin past $60,000. Fidelity led the charge with $102 million in new investments, signaling strong market recovery.
This came out a couple days ago, and I just happened to take a look at it. It says, NVIDIA is expected to grow quickly through 2026. These companies may grow faster. I'm like, all right, I'm intrigued because it was under Wolfspeed. So I said to myself, okay, well, let me go down and look. So it talked about the companies that are growing the fastest, and guess who's number 2 on the list? Wolfspeed right here, all right? Expected from $868 million in revenue, which, by the way, they're basically trading at 1x revenue, doubling $1.7 billion in revenue by 2026 in terms of sales. So again, huge growth, beaten down to 1995-97 levels, all right? Cash on hand, short out the yin-yang, all of these factors looking like there's something here. All right, so again, that was interesting to kind of see as well. And then the other thing I want to just talk about is their technology. So here we have this came out just a couple days ago. Wolfspeed unveils cutting-edge silicon carbide module solutions to boost clean energy capacity. So again, as I said, this company does clean energy chips, essentially semiconductors, but for clean energy. And one of the things this says, and I'll read it out loud because you guys may not be able to see, Wolfspeed, the global leader in silicon carbide technologies, today unveiled a silicon carbide module designed to transform the renewable energy storage, and high-capacity fast-charging sectors through improved efficiency, durability, reliability, and scalability. All right, so the idea here is that, granted, the EV sector, no one wants them to be involved in there, but listen, especially with robo-taxis coming and all these other things, they're mostly going to be electric vehicles, let's be fair. I mean, especially with Tesla involved. The chips there are much more energy efficient than anything on the market, much better, etc. Look for that. This technology is something to keep an eye on. Now, again, to me, it's a hidden gem. You don't put a lot in it. For me, I put some money in it, no doubt about it. I'm involved. I don't know where I'd want to unload it if it pops, but ultimately, I just want you guys to be aware that there are potential hidden gems out there that may not pan out, but they also may pan out. And with that short interest, it is very, very interesting with their technology.
Bitcoin ETF saw net inflows of $263 million, marking the strongest inflow since July 22. This surge coincided with Bitcoin's price crossing $60,000, signaling renewed investor confidence. Fidelity's Bitcoin Fund, FBTC, attracted $102 million in a single day, recovering from previous weeks of outflows. Other ETF, including ARK Invest and Bitwise, also experienced positive inflows. Bitcoin surged from $54,300 to $60,600 within the week, now stabilizing around $60,200. Ethereum also gained 8%, with other top crypto assets like Toncoin and Chainlink posting significant gains. The market's optimism is driven by expectations of a potential Federal Reserve rate cut, supported by a lower-than-expected inflation rate of 2.5%. Bitcoin's price increase and strong ETF inflows highlight a positive market trend, with eyes on upcoming Federal Reserve decisions for further movement. Bitcoin has regained its correlation with the S&P 500, driven by expectations of U.S. Federal Reserve rate cuts. Both markets are closely watching the upcoming FOMC meeting for signals on future price action. Investors should watch the FOMC decision and minor activity closely for signs of a potential breakout in the coming weeks. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.